Hi, my name is Alex Farsif. I'm the first author of this demo. And today I'm going to introduce you to SOMIN, the platform that can help researchers, that pretty much everyone else too, to come up with very good narratives to be visible socially. And apart from research achievements, also get the rest of the world to know about them, communicate correctly, precisely, right to the point, and always know what are the blind spots so that everyone can have their own communication niche. The problem is that researchers very often, if not always, are not marketers. So they're not very much visible. And it's always good to learn from someone else who already get the social niche and utilize the information to come up with a great post by yourself. But it's not that easy. No wonder marketers are studying for 4 years in university to be able to do this. So we created a platform helping researchers to do this seamlessly, but yet in a very good, justified manner. And we created a platform that allows to avoid the common bottleneck large language models where everyone is posting exactly the same thing. Those large language models are just the same thing. So we have the CGI platform, and we take the example researchers that are already quite visible on social media, quite often active, and therefore they are a good examples of how you could communicate on social, talking about different information retrieval issues. So you can see that we actually pull all their content, analyze all their content that have they released in the last 1 year, particularly in LinkedIn. That could be other sources too. We could pull TikTok and Facebook, Instagram, and even paid ads on Google Search or Meta. But I think for research community, particularly interesting to analyze the LinkedIn profile, the professional profiles of these researchers. And therefore, we are doing this analytics, and we are focused particularly on their information retrieval community. So you can see that we have the detailed breakdown of what these people were talking about, and we have 44 posts that were particularly devoted to information retrieval in the past 1 year. But how do we know which post is about what? Well, for every single post, for every single content, we actually break it down in a very single detail in terms of who's it created for, the theme, the type of the content, the different brands that have been mentioned. You can see a cigar was mentioned here. Some new content about cigar is already out there. The pain point address, who this content was created for, which is the audience and the interest of this audience. If it's a video, we will also watch the video, automatically detect the narrative, call to action, and all the video elements. So you can treat it a little bit like a reverse brief. We really know everything about this content, and we understand this content very well. So it's a good content to break it down into all the interests, different audiences. You can see researchers, academics, into tones of voice. But still, these fine-grained categories, they're a little bit too hard for researchers to work with because they don't have too much experience and not planners. So we further dive deep into this content by clustering it into groups based on all these features, all these communication aspects, to come up with building bricks of communication, such as personas, pain points, its relevance. So the way we do it, we analyze the personas, and we also analyze, for example, relevances from this subset of content about information retrieval. And we form something we call perspective study. So what is the perspective study? Perspective study is very much the breakdown of who everybody was talking with when it comes to information retrieval and why. So, for example, they were talking to insightful innovators, ambitious scholars, knowledge pioneers, curious catalysts. You can see that each of these personas have its own associated content that was came from the researchers just now. And large language models give its a powerful description and a name. Same thing for the relevances. You can see that recently researchers were talking about the AI ethics and information retrieval, quest of knowledge sharing, the power of timely reminders, and empowerment through innovation recognition. If you don't know what is it about, you can actually read. For example, the power of timely reminders was about challenges of procrastination and missed deadlines caused by hectic schedules. To emphasize the effectiveness of clear and urgent reminders, motivating users to take action, merge effective. And you can see that this was the content by Fabio Hasibi. So you can see the actual content is there, right? But I think if I will be doing it, creating this content for myself, I would like to talk about empowerment through innovation recognition, because as you know, I'm also CEO of a company, of a business, and I really like to talk about empowerment. Therefore, the persona that I would choose for myself would be probably insightful, innovative personas, those people I can resonate the most. So I will be learning from all these posts, for example, from Nigar and from Miano. So ultimately, once I choose my persona and my pain point, I go to SoInspire, the models that help me to generate insights, and I start generating these insights. I choose my persona, the conflict. This will be my relevance. Particularly, that would be my relevance of empowerment through innovation recognition that I have chosen, and I choose a sim. And the platform allows me to angle it. In marketing, we angle some different marketing theories. So, for example, celebration of achievements. Can I talk about it? Impact on society, collective efficacy, intellectual curiosity, and it tells you exactly how Maslow hierarchy of needs theory can be applied to the relevant that I have chosen. Or I can choose not sociology, but let's say behavioral economics, right? So here we can talk about inclusivity, validation, need of purpose. Usually these ideas takes weeks for experienced marketers to come up with. No wonder nobody really doing it on always on manner, and the content all looks the same out there on LinkedIn. But in our case, we don't need to, because we do it all automatically with the power of traditional machine learning, unsupervised learning, and large language models. So I like to choose the impact on society angle. I think that it's very important that individuals are motivated and address societal challenges that resonate with their experiences. I mean, to create more future. And it's coming from a critical theory. So this, and I generate my insights. Ultimately, my insight will look like this. It will comprise of an audience story. This is marketers use to relate. It comes from my persona. In here, in its description, it comes from my relevance, empowerment through innovation recognition, angles through the impact on society, angle to come up with a final insight. Innovation shines brightest when it reflects the stories of those it serves. The pursuit of technological advancement must interface with the lived experiences of marginalized communities and narratives essential in shaping solutions that truly empower and uplift society. And this insight can be directly applied to produce a prompt to create the actual marketing content. I'll choose just one of the images that I have taken in a AAAI conference recently. It was held in Singapore. I take a nice image. That would be my product image. It's just I want to replace the AAAI logo with SIGIR. That's just a minor change. And you can see that all my personas, insights, creative angles are already here on the platform. And you can see that my image now has a cigar, so I'm fully ready to start content. Ultimately, I start creating a different funnel content: top funnel, mid funnel, and bottom funnel. This is how we call and differentiate the content in marketing. This content that I'm into inspire, something like this, where we are in the content, and it's just really about collaborations or the conference, or some very tactical content when we are ultimately offering people to sign up on early bots to SIGIR, or encouraging them to collaborate during the conference, or inviting them through demonstrating them different reasons to believe from other researchers who have been on SIGIR and they truly appreciate the conference. So you can see that it's not even about just positioning myself, but if, let's say, I will be a chair at the conference, I could come up with very good angles how to present this conference to greater community, get more submissions, more publications. Very much universal framework. How much time it took us? Maybe 10 minutes to come up with a good narrative. But now we are living in the agentic era. And while this demo will be great to go through with the marketer on the conference itself, for every single attendee will get their own narratives, for their own LinkedIn. They'll be able even to pause there in LinkedIn, right? The body, the message, the visual. But I think I also like to go one step further. Since we live in a agentic era, I want to automate it fully as an agent. And that's why we have created an agent that is integrating this framework where SOMIN serves as a tool. So we search for SOMIN, and here's a SOMIN as a tool. SOMIN is getting joined. And this is a description of my multiple agent garden. Some agents will be using SOMIN to create the narratives, different insights that we can follow. You can see there's many insights. Recognition begets motivation, celebrate cultural innovation, true empowerment flourishes when difference united and serves the greater good. True innovation, that's when they unite with purpose, and many. Each of them comes with a story, with its own angle, etc. So one agent will be generating these insights and evaluating them. Another agent will be actually taking a copy. Another agent will be creating the visual content. So ultimately, we will work as agentic AI agency that will be doing its own part, and it will be fully independent. So you can see that agent that is an editor of chief of SOMIN, curating the head of research public communication profile. I'm a head of research. That's going to be my public communication profile on LinkedIn. And it will be reviewing recent papers from known HR conferences. It will be seeing which of them will be working well with those angles at the path that another agent is detecting by following the process I just shown. Define some roles, what kind of stop words we don't want to use, what the post should be about, more or less, make sure that we are not repeating ourselves, generate some visuals through Gemini, that's another agent doing so, and actually finally compose a post. And then we paste this post straight to the LinkedIn, so we can see that it's a strategist. The SOMIN serves as a strategist to come up with a narrative, then another agent find an article, then article get merged with this narrative, so we come up with a very good post idea. We create a visual from it, and it's all independent. Let's run this agent and see what's going to happen out there, right? So we test the agent. We see that it's going to be triggered every day, all the way till the conference. You can watch my LinkedIn profile. You will see the new post coming up there, and it's my actual real demo working there. So you start looking for the different article. We found the paper LLM Pack, edge-based agentic video processing tool. It downloads the paper. It's found the paper. It thinks that this paper is new. It hasn't been used yet because it's not exist in our database of existing posts. So it wants to proceed further, and it proceeds for the next step. It's trying to marry this post that we are creating, this article that it found with the one of the narratives that we have retrieved from the SOMIN automated planning system, content planning system that I have shown you earlier. So it's summarizing the results. It found the strategic narratives, relevances, and personas from SOMIN, analyzes the reports, and eventually chosen, okay, I want to communicate as inside of innovator, and I want to talk about validation of expertise, and persona is empowerment threat. So I'm creating some content using Gemini for that, right? And this narrative of empowerment through innovation and recognition, it's actually coming from their monitor perspective studies. So it's one of those automated insights that the platform generated. You can see, right? Empowers innovation recognition. This is the theme. This is the insight. So you can see that the system actually collaborates with the agent. Okay, agent is creating some styled visuals that it likes to put into the LinkedIn, just to make sure that we have some styled brand styled visuals that will be working well for our case. I tried different models through the Gemini API. I think this is a very normal process for their agents to just look for the best models that could create the image content in a cost-efficient manner, but also that would represent the actual text that we have created, the post, and the communication schema that has been coming from SOMIN platform for this. And regardless of generating this content, what's it's going to start creating is the actual LinkedIn post pointing to this article, and it starts creating the post. You can see, right? So it's picking up the strategic narrative that we have chosen earlier, right? It will be talking about agentic LLM framework and about this paper that has been recently published. It's still in archive, so there's a link attached, and this is the whole post that has generated on my behalf. And you can see that this post actually have the red line of this narrative that has been previously proposed by their SOMIN platform based on our research for information of strategic narratives communication frameworks, right? So it's actually used SOMIN to come up with this insightful innovator, empowers innovation recognition, validation, expertise angle here on the platform. So effectively, it has created the post, and it will be posting this post straight away into my LinkedIn profile, so that my audience will see the new article. All right. So okay, we got this post. Strategic narrative has been enhanced. Database was logged, and here you go. If I go to my LinkedIn profile, you will see that there is a very recent post out there, published just now, with a reference to this article that the system have just found. Okay, and this is going to happen all the way till the conference, and we think the demo needs to be actionable, needs to be really working, and this is what we are doing. So apart from the demo itself, apart from the video that you watch and the paper that you read, enjoy how the system actually working in real time and help researchers like I am in achieving their communication goals, not just research goals. Thank you very much for attention, and see you in the conference.